Hey guys, welcome back to Nerd Cheek. This little video right here is just a fun one about a day in the life of the IT guys. So anyway, I'm going to tell you a story about a couple devices that I used. One of them that nearly burned down the house and the other one that saved the day. So the first one is I had this USB card reader and I used to leave it plugged up all the time because I would use USB cards much like thumb drives back in the day. And so it would do, all the old school memory. And so I left it plugged up. And this is one I bought from Micro Center, so it's a pretty good little device and it should have been just fine. But you never can tell because this guy overheated after being plugged up for a couple days, melted and started a little fire on my desk. Matter of fact, I saw the smoke coming up, I saw the fire start, caught it just in time, put it out, and saved it because I always wanted to remember this guy was only plugged up through a USB port to a computer. So even though it was only plugged up to a computer with USB port and it wasn't even used at the moment, it literally melted and started a fire right through there. So thankfully I was there because it would have been a fire in my office. Can you imagine? So this one's inland. So I just want to say that's one story. Be careful what you leave plugged up in your device. I would never leave any of these kinds of peripheral devices, especially some of these ones that are made in China, picked up at not a big name or whatever. And the second story I want to tell is about this guy right here, this little Belkin USB Ethernet hub. So it's a USB, it's a 10100 Ethernet. So you guys that know much about this, it's slow. However, let me tell you what it did. In the early days of my IT work, I was working with a financial firm, and their sister firm, that was a CPA firm, had their entire system go down. And it was because it was built in a Linux box, and it's a whole long story, but their whole array of Ethernet cords went down, and they could not communicate with their server in tax season. So since the whole system was dying and all of their devices were going down, and at the very same time, one or two of their drives in their RAID 5 RAID array started to crash, I had to keep their system running. They hired me from my other company, the sister company, to keep their system running and transport their entire system and databases and everything, turning into a virtual machine in another server that I built through a 10100 Ethernet connection. This is the only connection that worked for the network while they kept their business going, which had about 100 machines that are attached to it. It was crazy. I worked through the night for 4 days, and this little guy saved the day, and is actually why I'm in tech consulting now, and I own a tech company as well as do Nerd Cheek and everything else and Ask the Nerd, and I have ownership in another tech company in DC. This little Belkin 10100, not a gigabit, a 10100, not a 1000, a 100. So this one saved the day, and this one nearly burned down the house. Those peripheral devices, they can either burn your house down or save the day. Don't leave them unattended. You guys, thanks for tuning into Nerd Cheek. Be sure to subscribe to our channel and hit us up on askthenerd.net at the website. We have an app on the Google Android platform, and we're working on one for the iOS. And you guys, we love working with you. Go check out all of our other services and resources. Y'all take care and subscribe.